Adoatv, bringing good things to life. Adoatv, bringing good things to life. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Very blessed morning it is. The last Friday in the month of November. Good morning and thanks for joining us on today's news bulletin. This is the AM News coming to you live from our studios at the John Evans Fife Temels High Street in Accra. We're also streaming live on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana, on YouTube at Adoatv GH, and around the world at adoanewsonline.com. My name is Jonathan Amanal. Coming up in this bulletin, International Day for Violence Elimination Against Women. 16 days campaign has been launched. We'll bring you details of that, including the Health Minister, Mr. Ajiman Menu, saying that he does not have any image following issues pertaining to the Sputnik V corona vaccines. Later in the world of business, IEA claims the 1.75 levy that has been placed on electronic transaction is too high, and that they propose a 0.5% tax. We have the details to that and more right in the news bulletin. Do stay. For staying with us, remember this is your hub of comprehensive and compendious news update. My name is Jonathan Amanal. To our very first story. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, through the Domestic Violence Secretariat and support from the United Nations of Ghana, European Union of Ghana, Oxfam in Ghana, and other partners have launched a media campaign to mark this year's 16 days of activism against sexual and gender-based violence, with a pledge to challenge every form of violence against women and girls. The 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is an annual international campaign which kicks off on 25th November, which is the day set aside for the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. This year's campaign is themed Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. The following details has more.
The theme aims to bring together civil society and women's rights organizations, as well as the UN system, the Action Coalition on Gender-Based Violence, and government partners to advocate for inclusive, comprehensive, and long-term strategies, programs, and resources to prevent and eliminate violence against women and girls. It is said that violence against women and girls continues to be a barrier to gender equality in most countries around the world, including Ghana, despite the numerous ongoing programs and interventions. The adverse consequences of violence on battered women and girls in relation to their health, psychological and emotional well-being compromise and undermine their development. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, emerging data has shown that all types of violence against women and girls, particularly domestic violence, have intensified, and the world was unprepared to respond to its rapid escalation. In addition, the current global context of violent conflicts, humanitarian crisis, and increasing climate-related disasters have further intensified violence against women, ringing alarms on the need to urgently act on this scourge. However, there is also evidence that ending violence against women and girls is possible with a comprehensive approach that tackles the root causes, transforms harmful social norms, provides services for survivors, and ends impunity. Generation Equality Forum has created unprecedented momentum and commitment to prevent and eliminate violence against women and girls. The Ministry of Health, Children and Social Protection, hence through the Domestic Violence Secretariat (DVS), with support from the United Nations in Ghana, European Union in Ghana, Oxfam in Ghana, and other partners organized, seeks to exonerate Ghanaian women and girls from all forms of violence.
This awareness, let's all try and stop, eliminate, and terminate all gender-based violence in the country and the entirety. Now, away from that, let's treat some health-related stories. And in line with the Sputnik V vaccines, Health Minister Honorable Kwekwajuman Menu has said he has grieved from his quest to ensure that a larger population of Ghana gets vaccinated against the novel coronavirus. According to the Health Minister, while he was in a haste in searching for the vaccines, given the times the country found itself, his own colleagues in Parliament criticized him for not seeking approval from Parliament.
I'm saying that you have forgotten about COVID so soon. If you had been afflicted with COVID, probably you remember. But thank God that most of us weren't there. So let us be very factual. Let us be very passionate. And when we have a problem created, not by any of us, but by nature and from the rest of the world, we think about how we together can put our heads together and resolve the matter. Mr. Speaker, I'm so amazed. When I was rushing to get the vaccines, to do vaccination very quickly to meet our deployment targets, I was found culpable of not having come to Parliament, and I've been lambasted to the extent that now I don't have any image in this country. Your own colleague in the chamber. Now you stand up and tell me that our vaccination has been very slow. Mr. Speaker, we did a deployment plan that Honorable Akando has got a copy. That is what made Ghana receive the first consignment of COVID vaccines in the whole world, because we submitted our plan number 1, and they looked at it and started giving it to other countries even to copy. And that is what gave us the first consignment of 600,000 AstraZeneca vaccines in February. We started deploying very quickly in March, and when that got finished, India, where we were supposed to take the COVID vaccines from, had blocked its export drive so that we couldn't get vaccines any longer. And between April and August, Mr. Speaker, I beg to say that we never received a single dose of vaccines from anywhere, apart from the COVID that I negotiated for, and we got the first 21,000, and even that, the guy couldn't supply, which made us cancel the contract. So what crime was this? And now you come and sit here and say that government couldn't meet its own target by vaccinating 17 million people by now. Where could we have got the vaccines from?
The Health Minister, Honorable Kwekwajuman Menu, there. Let's still stay in Parliament. And members of Parliament, the Member of Parliament for Inshaisu, Stephen Amwa, has expressed disappointment in the minority for their recent actions and inactions in what he describes as impediment to the development of Ghana. In a press conference in Parliament, the NPP legislator indicated that one of the most dangerous things in society is when decision-making processes are being influenced by deception.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I have just two issues to discuss, very short, with you. And I hope it will be given the needed prominence, because one of the most dangerous things in every society is when decision-making processes are being actually influenced by deception, lies, twisting of issues, propaganda, making the general public making decisions that will rather have adverse effect or impact on the nation. It's very dangerous. And its effect is cross-sectional. It doesn't matter one social stratum. And I think it's extremely important we take this thing out of politics and deal with facts and figures. In the first place, I would like to address the recent actions and inactions and positions of our brothers from the minority side in Parliament. It is crystal clear that they are demonstrating that because of the seemingly balance in Parliament, they want to put impediments in our ways going forward as a country, trying to disrupt all activities, impede everything about development and the progress of this country. And I think it is time we took these behaviors extremely serious, not as MPP or NDC, but even the media and the general public. I would like to let Ghanaians know that the NDC brothers who claim they love Ghana, who claim they are social democrats, who claim they are supposed to do proper policies to enhance on the betterment of Ghanaians, upliftment of our standard of living, it is highly deceptive. It's not true. It's the opposite. One issue. Just recently, they were putting pressure on us to reduce taxes. That there's so much hardship that, in fact, it is an issue of urgency and emergency. They demonstrated that MPP, we are wicked, the way there's hardship. Then we decided to actually withdraw Road 2. They counted 11 tax components. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 11. Between 2014 and 2016, this is NDC's budget. Go and read. 26 taxes, either introduced, increased, or restored taxes that had been cancelled by the NDC. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this thing. Let's all be smart. They cannot always take us for granted. When my brother I respect so much, ranking member, Honorable Adoatv on the floor yesterday, you remember that this economy is sick. And that the yield tax has 3 legs that they are against. 1, remittances are taxed. Remittances. 2, we are not taxing profit. The third thing is that it is a transfer tax. Please, financial services tax. It's an electronic tax. It's a transfer tax. They were taxing remittances. What I'm saying is that there's hardship. Is there any time in Ghana we say there's no hardship? Let's be honest with ourselves. Is there any time? So we have to be serious for once. Allah, because I'm serious today, because everywhere you go, even some MPP guys are complaining because they have been misinformed. And any generation that is informed and deceived to make decisions, they are dead. In the Bible, it says that the young prophet was lied to by the old prophet because he believed he died. Deception kills society. Deception destroys society. Deception actually puts society in a deplorable state that can never be reversed. All that we are saying is that the best way to manage the congested fiscal space of this country, i.e. revenue generation, i.e. debt management, i.e. GDP growth, for long-term economic growth and stability, it is this one. Our last year shortfalls, revenue generation, was beyond 11, almost 11 to 14%. Where are we getting our effective tax rate as a country?
Honorable Stephen Amwa, the Member of Parliament for Inshiresu constituency. Now to some other development. Not long ago, the Minister for Agriculture stated that as a result of Plantain for Food and Job initiative, a bunch of plantain which was selling at 40 Ghana cedis is now 4 Ghana cedis and 5 Ghana cedis respectively. Now in an Adoa News Desk report, we are looking at how an average Ghanaian can survive on his average wage of 15 cedis. If this is even possible, or to begin with. The following report by Emmanuel Wilson has more.
In the capital, in your best friend's car.
Ralph, so babo. Enko Joyce. Enko. Me ene de me di dokuno.
Go for rice.
Well, ne mo ne bo adi nti meja idi. As of 2020, the average wage was hovering around 12 Ghana cedis or 15 Ghana cedis estimated. It means that an average Ghanaian should be able to survive with 15 Ghana cedis. I know you're smiling because that is seemingly impossible, especially if you live in Accra. Let me do a recap of everything for you. It means that when you wake up and you're going to work, I live at Dome and work on the John Everson Samuels High Street. From Dome to Circle, it's 3 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos. And from Circle to Accra Post Office, it's 2 Ghana cedis. That is if you're coming by a commercial vehicle. In and out should give you 11 Ghana cedis, give or take. If you have 15 Ghana cedis, it means that you're supposed to survive on 4 Ghana cedis, which includes food and water. Well, on the Accra High Street, food, as you will take it, should be cheap because, of course, it's close to the Jamestown Fishing Harbour and Gamami, a typical place where you can get kenkey at any time of the day and anywhere. But trust me, over here, you are going to get kenkey around 3 Ghana cedis, 2 Ghana cedis, if you find a good vendor. And for you to have a full-time lunch, it means you need 15 Ghana cedis. Yes, you heard me right. 15 Ghana cedis for an average person to have a full-blown lunch if you're an adult and you want to get satisfied. I'll be going to one of the food vendors, try to engage her, try to buy food, so you and I can witness how much you're supposed to pay if you want to survive in Ghana. I'm not doing it today. Yaba nene yaba. Dokuno. Dokuno. And I can't. There be me fish. Yeah. I'm also saying fish no point to point na me. There ain't 8, 10, 15. 8, 10. And 9 10 and 18 8. And 15 the anyway. Yeah, my guys, now don't know 15 cities the other day. And she now 15 cities. Hey, for them, I'm 8 the enemy. And I'm just nothing with the nominee home. Would I be made back to be away back? Straight. Next one, a hand. And move. Mate. I was not too surprised when Ama Joyce told me she had to increase the prices of the food because the cost of production had gone high. According to her, when she began her business, she sold kenkey as low as 50 Ghana pesos. And now she retails it at 2 Ghana cedis or sometimes 3 Ghana cedis. According to her, a box of fish initially sold at 600 Ghana cedis, and now with the same quantity or sometimes less, she has to buy it at a whopping 900 Ghana cedis, hence the skyrocketing prices of her fish.
Oh, no, I'm 20 something years.
That's a board of now for the same.
Yeah, but once every 50 pesos.
Never once.
Never once.
You see what wrong?
2 CDs.
The deal is now.
I broke by it.
The good bag back is in anything.
Oh, yeah, you bag, you could eat. It's a young top, now you see a beton. But I have a ton. So, but I'm almost a blue back. To go around 500.
It depends. No one came out the percent as you came out the percent.
I said, boy, 50. You have a top 50 CDs. The number my almost 60, but I 60. But they say 50 CDs in the bar and do a 40 something.
What do you see this now? You're 40 something. Interesting. But then they inform me fish because no say for high and so fish it's currency and then they inform me and also in so many boy and
I'm the boy thing.
And now,
say a coto, young company man of party say, my ram woman of party to be called toffee. The coto, tema, and I miss my beton.
I know.
Oh, none said the old penalty said they fine about it.
Well, there you have it. For a full course lunch for an adult, you need 15 to 20 Ghana cedis if you want to survive. And don't forget, this is a typical Ghana area. This is Accra. This is Jamestown. This is Akotolanti. This is Gamambi, where you can survive on 5 Ghana cedis. But it looks like you need 15 or 20 Ghana cedis. It means you cannot try this in East Legon, Trasaco, or Cantonment. My name is Emmanuel Wilson, reporting for.
Can you survive on an average wage of 15 Ghana cedis a day? This is not a rhetorical question. This is $1 million question that needs to be answered. Now, you are still watching the AM News live from our studios at the John Evans Fifiata Mills High Street in Accra. My name is Jonathan Amma. Now, in the world of business, the argument over the proposed 1.75% electronic transaction levy in the 2022 budget and economic policy will not go away soon, as the Institute of Economic Affairs is proposing a 0.5% for the levy. This is believed will ease the burden on consumers and avoid negative reactions in the public. The IEA claims the 1.75% levy is too high, as the telecom firms already charge 1% as service fees.
The argument over the proposed 1.75% electronic transaction levy in the 2022 budget and economic policy will not go away soon, as the Institute of Economic Affairs is proposing a 0.5% for the levy. This, it believes, would ease the burden on consumers and avoid negative reactions from the public. The IEA claims that the 1.75% levy is too high, as the telco firms already charging a 1% as service fee. He said, and I quote, "Whereas we think that the e-levy represents an innovative idea to scale up revenue mobilization, we have some reservations." This is according to the Director of Research of the Institute of Economic Affairs, Dr. John Kwache. Customers will be paying the 1.75% levy on Momo transactions in addition to the 1% already levied by telcos, bringing the total levy to 2.75%, and this, he believes, is very high. To ease the burden on consumers and avoid the negative reactions, we would propose a 0.5% levy for the E, bringing the total to a 1.5% levy.
Away from the IEA, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, is warning of an intense protest if the government goes ahead with plans to reverse the benchmark value reduction policy. Over a week after the finance minister proposed the reversal of the benchmark reduction policy in the 2022 budget, different stakeholders have defended or spoken against the move. In a press release cited by Adoatv Business News, GUTA noted that there may be an unrest in the country if the reversal of the policy takes effect. Here are some excerpts of the statement.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association is warning of an intense protest if the government goes ahead with the plans to revise the benchmark value reduction policy. Over a week after the Finance Minister Akiano Foriata proposed a reversal of the benchmark reduction value in the 2022 budget, different stakeholders have defended or spoken against the move. In a press release cited by Adwa Business News, Guta noted that there may be unrest in the country if the reversal of the policy takes effect. According to Guta, 8 member associations numbering about 68 in conjunction with other relevant stakeholder groups in the private sector, including the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana, Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, Pharmaceutical Importers and Wholesale Association of Ghana, Institute of Freight Forwarders, among others, have met and unanimously resolved to vehemently kick against the reversal of the 50% and 30% benchmark value reduction policy presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister. Guta noted in its statement that the conditions that necessitated the introduction of the policy are not prevalent, but even now exacerbated by the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. They added that revising this policy will therefore not only be mimical to the growth of businesses, but also spark intense protest that may result in unrest in the country. Guta further accused the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, who have been in favor of the reversal of the policy, lobbying for the government to revise the policy against their local competitors in the business arena. According to Guta added that it shall not accept the reversal of the benchmark value reduction policy and urge government to listen to their calls and avert any refract.
More business news on our website on adwanewsonline.com/business. Now in the world of sport, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has refused to apologize for calling the AFCON a little tournament and insisted his comments were taken out of context after he was embroiled in an exchange with an angry reporter on Wednesday. Jurgen Klopp explained to an offended journalist that his remark, which came after the 4-0 win against Arsenal on Saturday, was a way of expressing his frustration at losing vital players at an important stage of the season. The Liverpool manager, following his side's 2-0 win against Porto, was called up on what he said on Saturday when he described the African Cup of Nations a little tournament while talking about international break. Yet, on Wednesday, a journalist speaking via video link to Klopp demanded an apology and believed Klopp would never say a little tournament in Europe. Yet the German moved to defend his comment as he referred to losing the likes of Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane to the event starting in January. Replying to a journalist on Saturday who asked if Klopp was relieved they had got through a busy period with no international break until March. Klopp laughed and replied, "I've heard that so often that there's no international break until March. In January, there's a little tournament in Africa. I just want to say, and I think Asia is playing games too. South America as well. Great, can't wait." Klopp was then speaking in his Champions League post-match press conference after Liverpool had secured a fifth straight win in the competition to beat Porto 2-0 on Wednesday, when a journalist said Klopp had insulted the players, fans, people and continent of Africa with his comment. Taken, Klopp replied, "I didn't mean it like that. I don't know why you understand it like that."
It's all good. It was not, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I don't know why you understand it like that. To be honest,
that was what you said. I listened to the presser. That was what you said. You said a little tournament and a continent in Africa. That was what you said.
I didn't mean it like that. Okay, come on. Did you say what you say, and then I start what I want to say? But you are not finished. Come on.
Klopp then defended his comments, saying that it is not the idea in his mind to talk about the African Cup of Nations as a little tournament or the continent of Africa as a little continent.
I'm really not, it was not even close and not even my idea in my mind that I want to talk about AFCON as a little tournament or about the continent of Africa like a little continent, not at all. So what I meant is, because people said, and if you watch the full press conference, then you might have, if you wanted to understand it the right way, you could have understood it in the right way, because they said there's no international break anymore until March. And I said, oh, there's a little tournament in January. And I didn't mean a little tournament. I just mean like you say it when there's still a tournament. It's ironic. There's still a tournament, a big one. We lose our best players to
well, you wouldn't say that in the...
I'm not a native speaker, but if you want to understand me wrong, you can do that all the time. I really don't. I know that I never would think like this. I don't understand why you thought like this, to be honest, but that's really not okay, because I would never do that. But that's it now. It was not my intention, but you made it. You made something of it, so that's not so cool as well, to be 100% honest.
And that was Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp back in a statement on calling AFCON a little tournament. On that very note, this is how we end today's edition of the AM News right from our studios at the John Evans Fifia Mills High Street in Accra. For more news, do well to log on to our website on adoanewsonline.com. Until then, my name is Jonathan Amma. Have a lovely morning and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Yeah, CB will make up now. I'm not correct. What's your best, Mankasa? That's it. Oh, middle. You captures back on CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules and make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You name the dada. And 1 year packaging I have a pepper.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go di fie do ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Malaria and tea. You are yet more bono. Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo. I shouldn't customers. Well, when say mammy, I smart. I bet CB Malakio. I'm money buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a pianisi berry market tea any malaria and tea. I want to mean. and now Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one and Trebetua and the CB Malakio. You do not, and now kick out bomb as soon as I CB Malakio. And no way so dear, and I don't grow. And yet, that's shit.
A drawing near my appeal for about a woman for any quada won't in fear.
Susiana, what would you win?
FD Ashesha Sa a Jedi and Kratoimu Adia to Musa.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 05092 57754 020 9494 258 or visit our marketing decks at Step Work Promises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Baby, follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Hold on for me, I no go do me corny. And if you're milky in a fight, I saw me to look. Baby, gonna waka waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna will you give me sugar? Wala. Macho Mona Lisa, 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 Macho Mona Lisa. Macho Mona Lisa, Macho Mona Lisa. Girl, I'll be foolish if I don't let you indulge me. Your lips like poison. I'll take my chance with you. You're in denial. I'll show you I'm loyal. You want that bomb way down like tsunami or the Would you hold me down in the gonna waka waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna will you give me sugar? Wala. Macho Mona Lisa, 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 Macho Mona Lisa.
Thank you and good morning for staying tuned with us right after the news by Jonathan. It's still the AM Ghana show, and I'll be hosting you for this period and of course for the newspaper headlines. I will be joined later by Sam Kusi, aka the political coach. Yes, we've given him political coach as well as coach for football affairs. Yeah. It's a Friday, a beautiful Friday morning. And as we always say here in Ghana, thank God it's Friday. It starts the weekend for us, and it is obviously a wrap up for all the activities, yes, the tiresome activities of the week. And for me, I was so happy and blessed to wake up vibrant and energized this morning, and I hope that you are as energized as I am today. I was reminded of one thing though, that no matter the issues of the past, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. So I don't know whether you are faced, whether they be failures, whether they be challenges, whatever they are, it is time to move on. Whether it was in the field of academics, whether it was business, today is a new day. Let's leave them all behind and let's steer forward. Moving forward is always best. So the best thing you can do with the mistakes of yesterday is to look at what went wrong and try and navigate doing the right thing. Because if you keep at doing the same things that brought failure yesterday, and if you don't make any change at all, then it means that you are likely to experience the same thing. I bring you nothing but good things, because that's what Adoatv we do. Wherever you are this morning, from me and the AM Ghana team, what we're saying is move ahead, surge ahead, forget the past mistakes, forget the past issues, and wake up this morning, because today is not just a brand new day, it is a brand new chance, a chance at life, a chance to start again, and a chance to smile your way through. Remember, it is going to be a glorious weekend, and we here, AM Ghana, want to start with you. I'm going for a quick commercial break, and when I come back, as I said, Sam Kusi Apia will be here with me. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Bad mind, no be say you be baddest. When my wa tell you what you manche. One yell and when guru one day. Money sweet spaghetti me the problem. Open your mind, it be awareness. Now when all you walk, we never back up. Roll the enemy up, smoke like ganja. Jungle party is a liquor. She your bank and go. Miss Bobo, check it out, me at that book. Check it out, me check it. She my bed, she my bed. 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 I'm on your body, Togo. So tell me what's the coco? Be like I don't. You got a body on sexy diva. I mean, I get sativa. Wow, cause like I said it, wanna do it downtown to Ouagadougou. Hey, look, them feet to look. Cause wow, cause like I said it, wanna do it downtown to Ouagadougou. Hey, look, them feet to look. Jungle party is a linker. She your back and go. Miss Bobo, check it out, me at that boat. Check it out, me check it. Why? My bed, she my bed. 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 My bed, she my
time. Put your hands up. Put your lighters up. Put your phone lights up.
Jungle party is a link up. She and Kemogo. Miss Mogo. Check it out, me at double. Check it out, me check it. She my bed, she my bed, my bed, she my bed, my bed, she my bed.
Back after that short break. Yes, that was Jemapel from Davido. I don't know if you the only thing I understood was the Jemapel, because I can answer to that also. I never did well in French, but well done to all my French teachers. I remember Monsieur Wellington. Yes, I remember. Hey, that's all I can remember. But well, if you've taught me French, that's not to say that because I didn't do. I'm still. I know you did your best. So thank you all for at least making me understand Je m'appelle. Before I go straight into the newspaper headlines, yes, I did say that Sam Kusi Apia will be here with me. Unfortunately, he has a little more things to do, and so he's leaving me fully in charge of the newspaper headlines, and I am going to do that, digest it well with you today. But before I do that, there's something I caught in the Daily Statesman, and I want to run that with all my viewers. I believe that this should go, it should go public. It's an awareness thing, and I want us all to pay particular attention to this. It's on page 9, and it's talking about safety coming from the National Petroleum Authority. So, Petroleum Consumer Watch. What do you do when you smell gas at home? What do you do when you smell gas at home? I know that for some of us in our offices, we have kitchens and all that. So, what do you do when you smell gas? There are 8 points here. The first one says, open all doors and windows to get rid of the gas. So, yes, don't try to rather shut doors. Try and open them so that you get rid of it. Extinguish all sources of naked flame. Extinguish all sources of naked flame. Coal pots, cigarettes, yes, cigarettes, naked flame. 3, check and see if the gas has been left on. And sometimes we do that. So check and see if the gas, that is a stove or whether it's coming from the cylinder, has been left on. If not, there is probably a gas leakage. So turn off the regulator. You know the regulator, what we call the head. The head at the end of the tube or the cable, whatever name you give to it, that we attach or we affix on top of the cylinder. It's called the regulator. So turn it off. If you don't know how to turn it off, just disconnect the whole thing off from the head of the cylinder. So turn off the regulator and call technicians to service your stove. Call technicians to service your stove. I don't know how much it's going to cost you, but the adverse effect of this will be more, much more of damage to you. The consequence will be of much more. Yeah, it will be more than getting someone who knows about it and who can help repair it. So the 5th here says, do not turn electrical switches on or off. So leave things the way they are. Don't turn them on or don't turn them off. The 6th says, don't use matches. We talked about naked flames. So don't use matches or naked flames, and do not smoke. It is not a good time to smoke when maybe you are waiting for the technician or you're trying to get rid of the smoke and you have to wait. That would be a very bad time to smoke. Do not use naked flames to check for leakage. Yes, there are people who you want to know where exactly the leakage is coming from on a cylinder, so you want to use a naked flame. It looks like a good idea, using fire to detect where gas is coming from, but it's not. It's not at all. And the last I have for you here says, if it is safe to do so, try to locate the source of the leak by applying a solution of soapy water to the base of your cylinder. Yes, to the base of the cylinder, the valve there. Rather use soapy water. So if you have one of these spray guns or spray bottles, fill it up with soapy water and just spray on the valve anywhere. Or if you don't detect, continue spraying around the cylinder and you will be able to detect where the leakage is, or even on the hose itself. Yes, along the flexible hose. So if bubbles appear and they become bigger or they increase in number, then you have a leak. You've been able to detect the leak. So knowing where the leak is helps to prevent accidents. So do this to keep safe. With that said, I go do the headlines for the Daily Statesman. That's where I read it from on page 9, was it? Oh, I wanted to get the page for you, so if you want to go back and read further on it, is the middle spread. Okay, so page 9, I was right. But the front page of the Daily Statesman this morning for you, Friday, November 26, 2021, issue number 43, John Bwedu, coming from John Bwedu, he says NPP manages Ghana's debt better than the NDC, and that story is on page 4. But on page 2, 2022 budget is pro-youth or pro-youth, as you want to, whichever one suits you. That's coming from NYA boss, and Nooks urge MPs to approve it. NYA boss and Nooks urge the MPs to approve it. So Pius Hajide, I hope I got it correct. I'm very careful with people's names. Pius Hadije, CEO of the National Youth Authority, is asking Ghanaians and anyone who is pro-youth to accept the 2022 budget. I said earlier that story is on page 2. Akufo-Addo lauded for strong leadership in COVID-19 fight. Akufo-Addo lauded for strong leadership in COVID-19 fight, and chief escapes alleged beheading plot by irate youth. And that story is on page 4. It seems page 4 has a lot for us today. So, and on page 4 again, the Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu, Honorable, saying on COVID-19, he says the vaccination plan is on course, and I have done my vaccination, at least the first part. I'm left with the booster. I've been scheduled for it come next month, and I'm advising everyone. Yes, I've heard about the scare for the vaccination, those who feel feverish, the pain and all that. Funny enough, I didn't feel anything at all, except for, you know, the part where I had the shot. Yeah, that place was a little, I felt heavy on the first day. The second day, I felt some pains. The third day, it lessened, and then that was it. That was it. So we all have individual differences. So don't let someone's particular experience influence your decision. Remember that the person has already gone for it. So if you look at that person and not go for yours, and yeah, wara. Okay, so chief escapes alleged beheading. I want to take a little of that. About 1,500 irate youth at Enyinase, a busy community in the Elembele district of the Western region, last week besieged their chief's palace in a failed attempt to allegedly behead him. I don't know why beheading seemed to be what they would choose. But for timely intervention by a combined team of the police and military, the youth would have allegedly succeeded in eliminating Nana Eche Panyinili, the fifth. They, however, ended up burning the chief's car into ashes. Wow. The car into ashes. Okay. While several of them sustained gunshot wounds. Some security personnel who came to the rescue of Nana Etwe Kpanyili, okay, I'm mentioning it like acrobat would, right? Also sustained serious injuries and were rushed to the hospital. Okay, I think that would do a little for that story. But in watching a movie yesterday, I saw how well, it was a foreign movie, so I saw how the police tried to disperse a riot in a community, and they were using guns, but they were using some kind of bullets. When they hit you, you feel the pain, but it didn't penetrate into the skin. I don't know whether they are rubber bullets, or I really don't know exactly what they were. But can we get something like that when we have to do something like this, so that people are not killed, and then we can limit or lower the amount of accidents or incidences in that place? I don't know what your take is on that, but I'm just asking. Maybe I would rather need to be advised, but if it is a very good advice, then please let's try and extend this to our police. Can we do something like that? But that will be a wrap up for me for the Daily Statesman. The Daily Guide is next. What does the Daily Guide have for us on the 2022 budget? It says Dr. Yao Osei Educhum says it is a game changer for education. A game changer for education. So we heard it was good for the youth. Now we are hearing it's a game changer for education. All right, now Kweku Ajimamenu, the health minister, also laments vaccine politics. Why we are politicizing the COVID-19 vaccination, and that story is on page 3. Samuel Abu Jinapo, Honorable, makes headlines as he rattles NDC MPs with figures that I heard. I don't want to say I watched because I wasn't so attentive on it while trying to listen to it. Seeing some of the reactions from the faces of some of the NDC but yes, the NDC MPs, watching their faces, I don't know if I could say it was awkward or whether they were learning. It's like learning something you don't want to learn. Whatever the situation is, well, the story is on page 3. Please grab a copy of the Daily Guide, newspaper, read through, and then make your conclusions. Again, 620 million Ghana cedis on trial. Yes, we are talking about Ato Essien, and today I have to side with him small. Maybe some of you don't know where when you have a sleep disorder, but I've been having some strange kind of sleep disorder. I don't know if anyone can diagnose it. Mine as a disorder, but his is a disorder. I don't know who diagnosed them as well, but he's come ahead to say that he has some sleep disorders. Atuation claims sleep disorder and escapes arrest. He claims sleep disorder and escapes arrest. His picture is there, and that story is on page 3. On page 3. And 9 people have been killed in mining pit in the western region. I don't know what else, what we haven't said about this mining, whether it's illegal or legal. 9 deaths recorded. Do we want to weigh the legalities of it to the people that have died, the death toll when it comes to mining in Ghana? And it is on page 3. Okay, so on page 14, that's the last news headline here. KGL Group fully committed to delivering value in excess of 100 million Ghana cedis per annum to the national economy and government. And that's on page 14. On the back of the Daily Guide, a picture of Klopp there. And if you watch the news earlier done by Jonathan, we heard of Klopp as he denies the AFCON insult. Klopp denies AFCON insult. And Man U gets interim boss in the name of Ralph Ragnick. I hope I got your name correct. Rangnick. Okay, Ralph. And LOC, the local organizing committee, inaugurates African Games subcommittee. African Games subcommittee. We're talking about the 13th African Games in Accra for 2023. Was inaugurated. It was inaugurated yesterday. 7 of the 17 subcommittees. So 17 of the subcommittees at the Accra Sports Stadium. So we have pictures of some of them. Yes, Dr. Ofosu Asari also there, and then the minister as well. Okay, so that will be a wrap up for the daily guide. I'm jumping straight. I want to do the daily graphic now. Truth and Accuracy Every Day, issue number 21755. 21,755. Okay, and the screaming headline here says fast track textbooks procurement. Fast track textbooks procurement, and publishers tell GES. So the Ghana Publishers Association, GPA, has called on the Ghana Education Service to expedite action on the award of contracts for the procurement of textbooks for pre-tertiary schools. The association wants the GES to facilitate, I'm continuing on page 3, contracts before the end of the year. It explained that the delay in the award of the contracts by the GES, which has been a major buyer of textbooks since 2005, was affecting the work of publishers. Now, it's not just the publishers. I think it extends to teachers, to pupils, and even to parents. Yes, it said some of them had taken credit facilities and loans to commit huge sums of money into the writing, development, assessment, and printing of samples of the textbooks which had been submitted to the GES. So there is more on this particular story. What I read was just a little of it. So we have a picture of Mr. Asari Kunedu Yamoa, the president of the Ghana Publishers Association, speaking at the meeting yesterday. So why Kaneshi is drowning in floods? Why Kaneshi is drowning in floods? And that story is on page 16. So get to know more of it when you grab a copy of the daily graphic. National Science and Maths quiz. I was trying to remember this yesterday. Instead of saying national, I said brilliant science and maths quiz. So they were laughing at me because of the class of people I was talking to. But I know Jonah understands when I say brilliant science and maths quiz. Pep, you get it, right? So we all know it's now National Science and Maths Quiz 21. So who lifts the trophy? Who lifts the trophy? We're back on this particular issue again, and I want to check page 16 for it. If there are any updates. What's happening to page 16? Okay, 13, 14, 15, and page 16. Who lifts the trophy? Okay, so the Great Hall of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology will this afternoon host the final of this year's National Science and Maths Quiz, with all the 3 finalists trying to make history. The Presbyterian boys, of course, my favorites in this. Senior High School, Presec Legon, will be seeking to win the contest for the 7th time, while Keta Senior High and Technical School, Ketasco, which is in the finals for the first time, and they've really won my heart. This group, I have to say, have really won my heart. Will chase the accolade of being the first school from the Volta region to win the contest. Prempeh College also has made it to the finals and will be battling for the bragging rights and a 5th victory. Its last victory coming in 2018. 2017. So we all hear there is a God factor, there is history, everything in the mix there, and the story continues on and on and on. But for me, I will be seated behind my TV and watching this particular one. 2022 budget prefers solution. We have nukes there, we have TUC, and we have TUC state positions. They state their positions on the budget. Just like the way there was much talk about it before it came, I don't think this is going to die down any moment from now. So there will continue to be more and more issues with the budget. We'll continue to discuss, digest, to do whatever we have to do to make sure that it is a fitting budget for everybody. But the story here, the story is on page 20. Okay. Let's see on the back page, ADB and others support Farmers Day. Yes, that's the first Friday of in the month of December, and that will be, I think, just next week. Today's week, yes, today's week is Farmers Day. Wow! So we will have to look for some Wellington boots, yes, to support our farmers any way that we can. Disaster in the northern region, northeast, I should say, northeast region. 3 killed in robbery and fire incidents. 3 killed in robbery and fire incidents. Rather a sad one, but 3 persons have died and another injured in separate incidents of robbery and fire in the West Mamprusi municipality in the northeast region. Suspected armed robbers killed 1 person and injured another at Yama, a farming community in the West Mamprusi municipality, last Wednesday night. Okay, so I wanted to jump from there and go straight to the bushfire. So a resident of Nasia, Abdul Latif, told the Daily Graphic that the children who died in the bushfire incident were assisting their father. So we have children who died in a bushfire incident who are assisting their father on the farm when the fire from a I think it should be a nearby bush, trapped them. So the man was trying to control the fire, which was burning into his rice farm, and when he turned, he could not find the children. Rather a very, very sad story. And not wanting to end on this, I'm going to do a little on sports, local sports. Kotoko to overpower Karela on Sunday. Wow. Kotoko to overpower Karela. So coach, do whatever you can to help Kotoko. I'm talking about Coach Sam Kusiapia. Yes. So minister tasked African Games subcommittees to work hard. I read earlier about the 17 subcommittees for the African Games, and that will be it for the Daily Graphic. I'm doing the new crusading guide next. The new weekend crusading guide, issue volume 13. It says Hyome Takpom prepare for new chief. Hyome, I hope I got it. Hyome Takpom prepare for new chief. Hey, where is Captain McLean when I need him? Hyome Takpom prepare for new chief. Current occupants asked to vacate the stool with immediate alacrity. Anyway, on the 2022 budget, again, it comes. Sign of good things to come. Sign of good things to come. And that's coming from the education minister. And high unemployment rate is a recipe for chaos. That's coming from Bishop Dr. Samuel Ben Owusu. Bishop Dr. Samuel Ben Owusu. Okay, then ex-Bantama MP draws Wuntumi's blood. So I'm seeing some form of a battle coming here. Ex-Bantama MP draws Wuntumi's blood, and he says, step aside for new leadership. Step aside. Step aside. Seems the new weekend crusading guide is looking at people who are being asked to step aside today. And then the loud one here says John Kuma answers critical questions on e-levy. Says ATM, bank account to Momo, vice versa, won't be affected. And I have to breathe on that one. won't be affected. ATM to bank account, all that. Momo to bank account to Momo will not be affected. That's a sign of relief, but we are hoping for more. Yes, for me, I'm hoping for more. Let me see. All right, so okay, I wanted to look at a little more. Okay, let's leave that alone and let's go to the sports page. Sports. Okay, Evolved Sprite Ball Championship launched. Evolved Sprite Ball Championship launched. I'm back to Hearts of Oak for good. That's Gladson Awako. Gladson Awako. Hearts of Oak midfielder. Okay, Confederation League returns as Hearts of Oak face JS Saura. Can't you get another name, please? For my sake, get another name, okay? Or let's do the J. If the J means John, I'll just say John SS on Sunday. I think that would do. Yeah. So Sunday we have a Kotoko match, and we do have a Hearts of Oak match as well. We'll do. Me, I'll try and watch at least small here, small there. Then I sum it up, so I know what to say when I come and meet you. But I know that for Hearts of Oak, it's got to be a win. It's got to be a win. We don't expect anything than a win, not even a draw. So I'm going to do the Ghanaian Times, the most authoritative newspaper, and I am seeing some structures being demolished. Okay, so there is an excavator. There is what seems to be already demolished. I don't know if the building next to it is next in line for the same or yet to face the same issue, but we have an excavator demolishing some structures at Glefe over 100 illegal structures go down. Over 100 illegal structures go down as Ablekuma West Assembly takes steps to protect the lagoon. Story on page 16. I wonder if I have a structure like that and I see things going down. What would I'll just sit on the floor and weep. But I'm seeing more here on page 16. That's the middle spread of the Ghanaian Times. Hundreds of illegal structures along the Glefe Lagoon near Dansoman in Accra were yesterday demolished. So we are not talking about being demolished. We are saying demolished by the Ablekuma West Municipal Assembly. The exercise, which sought to protect the lagoon, affected structures like wooden kiosks and metal containers. Okay. All right, so that's it. Wow. We have 4 former African presidents to attend the Security Forum in Accra next month. That is December. And on the back, we have Ghana Rural Bank gifts items to support 37th Farmers Day. So more and more people are doing this, supporting farmers. And the last but definitely not the least, the Chronicle, poor Adorso lady on cloud 9 after receiving surprise telephone call from IGP Dr. George Ekufo Dampare. So I'm happy for her as well, Madam Augustina Danso. And then the last, okay, we will track reassigning of toll booth workers. We will track the reassigning of toll booth workers. That's coming from Pius Enam Hajide, CEO of the National Youth. All right, okay. So for my time, because of my time, I'll just do one more sports here. Sports article. Okay, I have Kotoko. I've done that already. But Legon Cities cross swords with Adriana today. Adriana Stars today. So you get to watch that today, and Hearts and Kotoko on Sunday. And that will be a wrapper for the Chronicle. But before I go, Psalm 30 verse 5. Weeping may last through the night, but remember, joy comes with the morning. And that's how I wrap up for the newspaper headlines. Don't go anywhere. We'll go for a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more goodies here on the AM Car.